Okay, so we're all about making those travel dreams a reality, right? But sometimes that first step can feel like a hurdle.
Yeah, planning a trip, it can be exciting and overwhelming all at once.
Totally. But like, where do you even start? You know what I mean?
Right, you're bombarded with choices, destinations, flights, accommodations.
It's a lot to process. That's why in this deep dive, we're tackling one of the most crucial elements, choosing the perfect accommodation. It's kind of like that foundation, right?
It's true. As they say, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Finding that perfect place to stay is like setting the right tone for your whole adventure.
It can make or break the trip, seriously. So for this deep dive, we're going in-depth with the DigyKeys article, How to Choose the Perfect Accommodation.
It's packed with insights, and we're going to break it down for you, give you the tools to make the best decisions for your next trip. No more booking blindly or ending up in a place that doesn't quite fit.
Yeah, no more vacation rental nightmares. We've all been there.
We're aiming for unforgettable, not regrettable.
Exactly. So let's get started. First things first, before you even open a booking app, what's the most important thing to consider when choosing a place to stay?
Well, it might sound obvious, but you really need to understand your own travel needs and preferences.
So like, beyond just knowing where you're going, right?
Exactly. It's about digging a little deeper and asking yourself, what do I truly value in a travel experience? What are my non-negotiables?
That makes sense. What kind of questions should we be asking ourselves?
Think about your travel style. Are you a luxury traveler who craves high-end amenities and impeccable service? Or are you more of a budget-conscious explorer, happy with a clean and comfortable base camp for your adventures?
And what about the kind of experience you're looking for?
Exactly. Are you yearning for a peaceful retreat where you can unwind and disconnect? Or do you thrive in the energy of a bustling city center with everything at your doorstep?
It's so different, right? I mean, a secluded cabin in the woods is amazing for a nature escape, but it's not ideal if you want to be in the heart of the action.
Exactly. And don't forget the practicalities. Are you traveling solo, as a couple, with family, or a group of friends? This will significantly influence the type of accommodation that best suits your needs.
Oh yeah, space becomes a huge factor with a family or a big group. And then there's the type of trip itself. A romantic getaway calls for a different vibe than, say, a backpacking adventure.
Absolutely. And the DigyKeys article makes a great point about the importance of aligning your accommodation with your travel itinerary. If you're on a road trip, for instance, convenient access to major highways and ample parking might be top priorities.
Yeah, you don't want to be adding hours of driving just to reach your hotel every night.
Exactly. And if your trip is activity-focused, let's say hiking in a national park or exploring historical sites, choosing accommodation close to those key locations will save you valuable time and energy.
So it's about thinking strategically and making sure your accommodation complements the overall flow and purpose of your trip.
Precisely. And let's not forget about the all-important budget. How much are you willing to spend on accommodation, and how does that fit into your overall travel expenses?
It's easy to get carried away when you see those beautiful pictures online, but those costs can add up quickly.
That's why it's essential to set a realistic budget and consider the potential hidden costs. Are there resort fees, parking charges, or even extra fees for things like Wi-Fi?
The DigyKeys article mentions their digital travel planner template as a great tool for tracking these expenses and making sure you stay within your financial limits.
It's a fantastic resource. You can break down your spending, allocate funds to different categories, and make informed decisions about where you're willing to splurge and where you prefer to save.
It's all about that balance, right? You might decide to spend a bit more on a centrally located hotel to save on transportation costs. Or maybe you opt for a vacation rental with a kitchen so you can cook some meals and cut back on dining expenses.
It's about being savvy and prioritizing what matters most to you. And don't forget about the element of time. For a short weekend getaway, convenience might be paramount.
Yeah, you want to maximize your time exploring, not sitting in traffic or figuring out complicated public transportation routes.
But for a longer trip, you might be willing to sacrifice a bit of convenience for more space, unique amenities, or a more immersive local experience. It's all about understanding your priorities and making those trade-offs that align with your travel style.
Those are all such great points. So once we've got a good grasp on our needs and preferences, what are the main types of accommodation we can choose from?
The DigyKeys article breaks it down into 3 main categories: hotels, vacation rentals, and alternative stays.
Let's dive into each of those. Hotels are probably the most familiar option for many travelers. What are their key advantages?
Well, hotels are known for the consistency and convenience. You generally know what to expect in terms of service and amenities. Most hotels offer on-site restaurants, room service, fitness centers, and often business facilities.
And there's that sense of being taken care of, right? Housekeeping, someone to help with your bags, 24-hour reception.
Exactly. And they often have loyalty programs where you can earn points and rewards for future stays.
But hotels can also be a bit impersonal, can't they? Especially for longer stays.
That's true. You're often in a standard room, and you might miss having the extra space or home-like comforts of a vacation rental. And of course, they can be expensive, especially in popular destinations.
So speaking of vacation rentals, those have really exploded in popularity in recent years. What's the big appeal?
Vacation rentals, like those you find on Airbnb or VRBO, offer a sense of space and privacy that you often don't get in a hotel. You often have a full kitchen, laundry facilities, and multiple bedrooms, which is perfect for families or groups.
It's having your own little home away from home.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you can often find unique and charming properties that offer a more authentic local experience compared to a standard hotel room.
And it can be more cost-effective, especially for longer stays or larger groups. That's true, but it's essential to factor in those potential extra fees, like cleaning charges and service fees, which can sometimes add up.
And the DigyKeys article emphasizes the importance of reading reviews carefully. You want to make sure the property is well maintained, clean, and has a responsive host.
Absolutely. And be clear about the check-in and check-out procedures and any house rules. It's not always as straightforward as a hotel stay.
Okay, and then we have this intriguing category of alternative stays. What falls under that umbrella?
This is where you can get really creative with your accommodation choices. Think hostels for budget-conscious travelers, eco-lodges for nature enthusiasts, farm stays for a truly immersive rural experience, or even house swaps for a more authentic local immersion.
It's about stepping outside the traditional hotel box and embracing a more unique and personalized travel experience.
Exactly. And there are often hidden gems to be discovered, like charming bed and breakfasts, boutique guest houses, or even yurts and tree houses for the more adventurous.
It sounds like alternative stays can offer incredible value and memorable experiences, but it also requires a bit more research and flexibility.
That's true. You might have to compromise on certain amenities or be prepared for a more rustic or off-the-beaten-path setting.
So with all these options, how do we even begin to evaluate them and make an informed decision?
The DigyKeys article stresses the importance of reviews and amenity lists.
Let's talk about reviews first. How can we make sure we're getting a genuine picture of a potential accommodation?
Don't just rely on the overall star rating. Dig into the actual comments, read recent reviews, and look for recurring themes. Are people consistently praising the cleanliness, the helpfulness of the staff, or the convenient location?
And are there any red flags? Maybe multiple people mention noise issues or problems with cleanliness.
Exactly. Look for those patterns and get a sense of the overall guest experience. And remember, what matters to one traveler might not matter to you. Some people prioritize a luxurious bathroom, while others are happy with a basic but spotless room.
So it's about filtering the information through the lens of your own priorities.
Yeah.
And what about amenity lists? What should we be focusing on?
Again, it comes back to your individual needs. Is reliable Wi-Fi a must-have for you? Do you need on-site parking? Is a swimming pool essential for keeping the kids entertained?
If you're on a road trip, easy access to the highway and a comfortable bed might be all you really need. But if you're working remotely, a strong internet connection and a dedicated workspace become much more important.
And consider the location in relation to the amenities. Is there a grocery store nearby if you have a kitchen? Are restaurants within walking distance? Do you need to factor in transportation costs to get to the places you want to visit?
Okay, so we've narrowed down our options, read the reviews, and checked the amenity list. The next step, according to the DigyKeys article, is leveraging a travel planner for more organized booking.
It can be a game changer. Think of it as your central hub for all things travel-related. You can store your itinerary, booking confirmations, essential documents, notes, maps, even track your expenses.
It's like having a personal travel assistant right in your pocket.
It's about taking control of the planning process and minimizing those stressful moments of trying to remember where you saved that hotel confirmation or what time your flight is.
I'm all for anything that reduces travel stress. So what are the key benefits of using a digital travel planner?
The article highlights 3 main advantages: consolidating information, simplifying searching, and organizing your itinerary. Let's break those down. First, consolidation. Imagine having all your travel details in one easily accessible place.
No more frantically searching through emails or trying to remember which note-taking app you used for that restaurant recommendation.
Exactly. You have everything at your fingertips. Flight details, hotel bookings, activity reservations, even contact information for tour operators or local guides.
That would save so much time and stress. And what about simplifying the search process? I mean, there are so many booking websites and apps out there.
Many digital travel planners have built-in search engines that allow you to compare different accommodation options side by side, based on your specific criteria. You can filter by price, location, amenities, guest ratings, and even see deals and special offers.
So you're not jumping between a dozen different tabs trying to keep track of everything.
Exactly. And you can often read reviews, see photos, and even book directly within the planner. It streamlines the entire process.
That sounds so much more efficient. And then, of course, there's the itinerary organization. How does a digital planner help with that?
It allows you to create a visual timeline of your trip, mapping out your flights, accommodations, activities, and transportation. You can see everything at a glance, make sure your plans flow smoothly, and adjust things as needed.
That's especially helpful for road trips, right? You can map out your driving routes, pinpoint interesting stops along the way, and seamlessly integrate your accommodation bookings.
Precisely. And the article gives the example of planning a national park road trip using a digital planner. You can research scenic drives, find lodges near trailheads, and even book campsites directly within the planner.
It's like having a personalized roadmap for your adventure. And I love that quote from the article. The right tool can turn chaos into clarity, making every step of your journey smoother. That sums it up perfectly.
It does. And speaking of tools, we can't forget about the power of mobile apps and online resources for truly seamless travel planning. The article specifically mentions apps like TripIt and Wanderlog.
These apps have become indispensable for many travelers. What are their key benefits?
Well, they offer a level of convenience and organization that wasn't possible before. They can automatically sync your travel plans across all your devices, so you always have the latest information no matter where you are.
So no more emailing yourself itineraries or printing out confirmations?
Exactly. And you can often manage your bookings, check for updates, and even discover local activities all within the app.
It's like having a virtual travel concierge in your pocket.
And many of these apps offer features like real-time flight updates, gate change notifications, and even alerts if your hotel check-in time changes.
That would save a lot of stress and hassle, especially if you're dealing with unexpected delays or changes in plans.
And they can be incredibly helpful for navigating unfamiliar destinations. You can use them to find nearby restaurants, attractions, transportation options, and even get walking directions.
So it's not just about booking accommodation, it's about having a comprehensive travel tool that supports you throughout your journey.
Absolutely. The article provides some excellent tips for maximizing the efficiency of these digital tools. Utilize notifications, leverage maps for exploring your surroundings, and personalize your plan by adding notes and saving places you want to visit.
It's about actively engaging with these tools and using them to streamline your travel experience. Okay, so we've explored the world of accommodation options and digital travel planning tools. Now let's get down to the nitty-gritty of booking. What are some specific tips for securing that perfect stay?
Whether you're booking a traditional hotel, a vacation rental, or an alternative stay, reading reviews from reputable sources is crucial. Don't just glance at the overall star rating. Delve into the actual comments.
Pay attention to recent reviews, especially those that mention cleanliness, safety, and the responsiveness of the host or staff.
Look for patterns and recurring themes. Are people consistently praising certain aspects of the accommodation? Are there any red flags or common complaints?
It's about getting a realistic sense of the guest experience, beyond the polished marketing materials.
And when it comes to amenities, be strategic. Think about what truly matters to you and what will enhance your trip. Do you absolutely need a swimming pool? Is a free breakfast a deal breaker?
Or would you rather have a spacious apartment with a kitchen where you can prepare your own meals?
Exactly. Don't pay for amenities you won't use, and make sure the available amenities align with your needs and preferences.
And location, location, location. The DigyKeys article really stresses the importance of carefully considering the location of your accommodation.
It's not just about being in the right city or region. It's about understanding the specific neighborhood, the proximity to attractions, and the ease of getting around.
If you're in a bustling city, Being near public transportation might be essential.
But if you're on a road trip, easy access to the highway and ample parking are more important considerations.
Use online maps to explore the area around your potential accommodation, get a feel for the neighborhood, and check the distances to the places you want to visit.
And always factor in travel time, especially if you have a packed itinerary. Sometimes spending a bit more on a centrally located hotel can save you hours of commuting.
So it's about being strategic and making sure your accommodation complements the overall flow of your trip. And don't forget to check for hidden costs.
That's a great point. Those extra charges for parking, resort fees, or internet access can really add up. Make sure you understand the total cost before you book.
The DigyKeys article provides a handy checklist for booking considerations. Read reviews, compare amenities, verify the exact location, consider proximity to your interests, and check for hidden costs. It's a great reminder to be thorough and avoid any unpleasant surprises.
Absolutely. So we've covered choosing the right type of accommodation, using digital tools for planning and booking, and paying attention to those crucial details. Now, let's zoom out and think about how to maximize the value of our entire travel itinerary.
It's not just about getting the best deal on a hotel room. It's about creating a well-rounded and fulfilling travel experience.
The DigyKeys article talks about striking that perfect balance between cost-effectiveness, comfort, and the opportunity for unique and memorable experiences.
And that starts with setting a realistic budget for your entire trip and allocating those funds strategically.
Don't blow your entire budget on a luxurious hotel if it means you have to skimp on activities and dining experiences.
The Ultimate Travel Planner template can be incredibly helpful for tracking these expenses and making sure you stay within your financial limits.
It allows you to categorize your spending, set spending limits, and even track your progress as you go.
So it's about taking that holistic view, not just focusing on one aspect of the trip in isolation.
And while it's great to be budget conscious, don't compromise on essential comfort or convenience just to save a few dollars.
The article uses the example of a road trip. Sometimes it's worth spending a bit more on a conveniently located hotel to minimize driving time and fatigue.
Exactly. Or maybe you splurge on a comfortable bed or a spacious room for a longer stay, even if it means eating out a little less.
It's about prioritizing what matters most to you and making those strategic trade-offs.
And don't be afraid to get creative with your itinerary. Explore local recommendations, seek out hidden gems, and be open to adjusting your plans based on what you discover along the way.
The article provides some great tips for optimizing your itinerary. Identify your must-see attractions, plan efficient routes using maps, and look for discounts and bundled deals on activities and transportation.
And always factor in potential hidden costs, like parking fees, transportation to attractions, or even equipment rentals. Use your digital travel planner to keep track of these expenses and explore ways to mitigate them.
It's all about being prepared and making informed decisions. Okay, so we've covered the practicalities of budgeting, planning, and booking. Now, let's talk about how to truly personalize your travel experience, starting with your choice of accommodation.
The DigyKeys article encourages us to move beyond simply viewing accommodation as a place to sleep and think about it as an integral part of our travel narrative.
So it's not just a functional necessity, it's an opportunity to enhance the overall story of your trip.
Exactly. If you're passionate about history, maybe you stay in a historic inn or a hotel near a significant landmark.
If you're a nature lover, a cabin in the woods or a lodge near a national park could really amplify that connection with nature.
And for food enthusiasts, staying in a neighborhood known for its culinary scene can really enrich the travel experience.
It's about aligning your accommodation with your passions and interests.
The article suggests using digital tools like TripIt and Wanderlog to filter your search based on criteria that resonate with you. You can find accommodations near specific attractions with amenities that cater to your hobbies, or even those that are highly rated for their unique design or character.
It's about being intentional with your choices and curating a stay that reflects your travel personality.
And don't be afraid to get creative. Think about the kind of atmosphere you want to experience. Do you prefer a cozy and intimate setting or something more modern and luxurious?
Would you rather be in a quiet, residential neighborhood or in the heart of the action?
It's about finding that perfect match between your travel style and the essence of the destination. Now, when you're comparing different accommodation options, the article recommends focusing on 3 key aspects: location, facilities, and accessibility.
Location is key, as we've already discussed. Use online maps to really zoom in and explore the surroundings. Is it a safe and walkable neighborhood, Are there restaurants and shops nearby?
And consider the proximity to the specific attractions you want to visit. How easy is it to get there? How much will transportation cost?
Then there are the facilities and amenities. What are the must-haves for you? Do you need a kitchen, laundry facilities, a swimming pool, or a fitness center?
Think about the practicalities of your trip. If you're on a road trip, secure parking might be essential. If you're traveling with children, kid-friendly amenities become a priority.
And don't forget about accessibility. Does the accommodation have features that cater to specific needs, like wheelchair ramps or elevators?
Is it easily accessible by public transportation? Are the surrounding streets and sidewalks easy to navigate?
These are important considerations for ensuring a comfortable and inclusive travel experience. The article provides a helpful step-by-step approach for evaluating options. Compare locations using maps, carefully assess the facilities, check for accessibility features if required, thoroughly read recent reviews, and finally, weigh the overall value by comparing the cost against the benefits offered.
It's a comprehensive framework for making informed decisions. And remember, as the article says, the devil is in the details. Pay attention to those seemingly minor features because they can make a big difference in your overall comfort and enjoyment. Now, let's revisit the topic of digital travel planners and discuss how to effectively integrate them into your booking strategy.
They can be incredibly powerful tools, but only if you actually use them consistently.
The article recommends starting by transferring any existing trip details you have into the planner. Import your flight confirmations, hotel bookings, or even just a list of attractions you're interested in.
Establish it as your central hub for all things travel-related right from the start.
Once you have that foundation, explore the various features the planner offers. Customize your itinerary with activities, add notes and reminders, and integrate maps for visual planning.
If it has expense tracking capabilities, utilize those to stay on top of your budget.
And most importantly, sync it with other relevant apps you use, like your calendar, flight booking apps, or even weather apps.
That way, you have all your information in one place and receive real-time updates. The article emphasizes the value of receiving real-time alerts within your planner. For example, if you're on a road trip and there's a traffic jam ahead, you can get a notification and adjust your route accordingly.
That kind of flexibility and up-to-the-minute information can save you a lot of stress and hassle.
The article lays out a clear guide for implementation. Import your existing travel data, customize your itinerary, synchronize with other apps, and utilize the expense tracking features. It's about making the digital planner an active participant in your travel planning. Finally, the DigyKeys article highlights the importance of incorporating expert advice and real-life experiences into our accommodation selection process.
Travel bloggers, industry professionals, and even fellow travelers can offer valuable insights and recommendations.
Read blogs, follow travel influencers on social media, and check out online forums and review websites.
Look for specific recommendations for accommodations, hidden gems, and practical tips for planning and booking.
The article mentions travel blogger Jess Travel and her emphasis on meticulous planning. As she says, a well-structured itinerary saves time and reduces stress.
And industry experts, like the creators of the Ultimate Travel Planner template, can provide insights based on their extensive knowledge and experience.
The article distills some key takeaways from these professionals. Prioritize reading recent reviews, leverage travel apps like Wanderlog to compare options, and plan your itinerary efficiently.
And that final quote from the article perfectly captures the essence of what we've discussed. The right tools and strategies can turn any trip into a stress-free adventure.
So for you, our listener, the takeaway is clear. Be proactive, do your research, utilize those amazing digital tools, and don't be afraid to tap into the wisdom of those who have traveled before you.
Choosing the right accommodation is the foundation for a truly remarkable trip. And as you embark on this journey of planning your next adventure, I want you to think about this. How can your accommodation choice shape the narrative of your travel experience? Is it simply a place to sleep, or can it be something more? What kind of story do you want your travels to tell?
It's a great question to ponder. And that's it for this deep dive. We hope you found these insights valuable and that you're feeling inspired to plan your next unforgettable adventure.
Happy travels.